Correct, Commissioners, the same number that was used during the communication with General Mokgotsi.
And the second name is not under the name Matlala, it's Dlamini. Can you explain why it's under the name Dlamini?
Thank you, Commissioners. Dlamini is another name or second name, surname of Vusimuzi Matlala, and he possesses an identity document to that effect, and also he is using that surname in some of the gadgets where he is communicating with Brown Mokgotsi and others.
General, the second identity document you are referring to, is it a South African identity document issued by Home Affairs? The one that bears the surname Dlamini?
Apologies, Commissioners. It's a Swaziland identity document that bears the surname Dlamini.
Thank you. And then we see that the chats we're about to go through begin on 19 December 2024. Do you know why they begin on that date, 19 December 24?
That is, Commissioners, the beginning of the whole communication data on the cell phones that were extracted. All the data or information begins on that day, 19th of December 2024.
And it ends on 15 May 2025. And is that because obviously he was arrested on the 14th and that was when the phone was confiscated?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Commissioners, if I could just explain the date of the 15th, because Mr. Matlala was arrested on the 14th. But if you turn to page 91 of the chats, the reason it reflects as 15 May is that strange thing we were talking about yesterday, that the system kicks in called unknown sender, which is reflected as 15 May, but that's the date on which the contents of the phone were extracted. So obviously there was no chats between Mr. Matlala after the 14th. So just to explain why it goes up to the 15th. Okay. All right, so let's begin then with the first communication from Mr. Matlala to Mr. Mokgotsi. And that contains a video link which we'll display for the Commission. That was dated 18 December. General, it's followed by a photograph of the same people, a photograph, a still, it looks like it's a still photograph taken from that video. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Can you explain what that's a video of?
Sorry, Ms. Asim. You say that was the 18th. What we have here is the 19th on the document. Is there an explanation for that?
Yes, maybe what we should do is play the next two videos and then deal with this. If we can pause there. So what we see, General, is a series of videos of people entering a building called Menlyn Capital, including two pretty seriously armed officers. And it's on 2 days, the 18 December 2024 and 19 December 2024. Is that correct?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Okay, can you explain what's happening in that video and that photograph and who the people are?
Thank you, Commissioners. The two videos were forwarded, as well as the still photo, were forwarded by Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mokgotsi. The two videos and the still photo are depicting the two-day operation that was conducted by the members of Gauteng Counterintelligence Operation with regards to the Firearms Control Act compliance inspection, which was a follow-up from the operation that was done on the 6th of December.
Was Mr. Matlala informed that the team would be arriving for this inspection on those dates?
That is correct, Commissioners. The arrangements were made with Mr. Vusi Matlala as well as his legal representative, and the appointment was set initially for the 18th and one of the 19th.
And can you explain why it was necessary to have an armed escort?
It is a standard operational procedure for the Gauteng Counterintelligence Operation members because of the threat and risk assessment that is still in place. And it is also our operational procedure to provide the protection for the investigating officers by a suitable tactical capability during the conducting of their operations.
And the threat and risk assessment you referred to, we haven't got to that point yet in your statement. So could you, at this point, just give a bit more of an explanation of why there was a need for a threat and risk assessment and what the findings were? Yes,
the threats against the operation, which will include also the members attached to it, were identified at the beginning of the operation. That was reflecting an operation as a very high-risk operation. Hence, then, as part of counterintelligence measures, we had to employ then the 24-hour protection to the members that are involved in this particular operation.
So the findings of the threat and risk
assessment
was high?
Was high.
The individuals you say who arrived are members of the task team?
Are the members of the task team, that's correct.
So in the next photograph, is that, can you explain who are the people in that photograph and what's taking place?
The photograph depicts the members of the GCI Ops conducting inspection together then with the personnel from Vusi Matlala's business premises.
Please mention the page number.